I said first, you were not part of society. And
Not part of the society?
yes, because being part of society means you have to be considered an individual that is fit to be involved in persistent interaction with that society. So if in the first place you were not considered as somebody who was a person or any person to even consider, therefore you're not really part of the society. The society did not initially recognize you as a person, talk less of somebody that could make the sort of contribution you made in many ways, including the Orange Revolution. So my question is, how did you overcome that part of it, in terms of where you're not part of the society, but you were able to, make a contribution, or you make that much impact in Ukraine?
Yeah, the fact that as a foreigner and somebody that is not even a citizen of Ukraine, you are not recognized, definitely. Because I'm not even a citizen anyway. The fact that I'm not a citizen and the fact that I'm a foreigner, but it's one thing for you to be a foreigner. But when you are a foreigner who is black skinned, you are hugely disadvantaged. But then when you are a foreigner who is dark skinned and also from Africa and a Nigerian, you have a huge disadvantage right there. So you have a huge disadvantage, and so you are not recognized as a citizen, because you are not. You are not recognized as a part of the society that could contribute. But I don't just want to be a part of the society that wants to contribute. I want it to be a part of the society that will not just contribute, but will direct the direction of the society. That is what I understand by being part of the society. Is about directing, is about directing the direction and the politics and the policies that guide the society. So how did I overcome that, you said?
Yes, how could you overcome that?
No, it's not easy. The same way it's not going to be easy to overcome that for any other person who is living in America right now and being an African, or is living in England or in Italy. You will always feel, and from this society, you have the perception that you are not the kind of person you are supposed to be, that you are inferior, and that you are, that you are second class. So what I did a few things to be able to overcome that. One of the things I did is that I recognized the fact that I was disadvantaged and that I was limited. So the first limitation that I discovered is that, I couldn't speak like them. And for them to take me serious, I needed to learn to speak like them, and at least in the way they will understand me, maybe even respect me. Secondly, the second thing I discovered that I had to do was that, because even after I started to speak the language, I discovered that it is not enough the way I was speaking the language to command respect. So even though I was in classes, I was studying their language and I was doing other, going through school, and I was a good student. I was the best student in my university, even beating their own citizens. But that is not good enough socially. It was good enough for the classroom because the professors understand you and they, but it's not good enough for the ordinary person in the street for you to command their respect. So so I discovered that I needed to understand their culture as well. So more than just speaking their language, I needed to be able to communicate in their culture. Because speaking the language of a people doesn't mean that you communicate in their culture. So that is much more different and deeper. Because, for example, there are a lot of black people. When I went to France, I discovered a lot of African people there. But they were speaking French from childhood, but they were not communicating in the culture of the land. And the same thing in England. You go to England, you will see a lot of black people there like me, but they were not speaking the language of the culture. For example, recently, somebody wrote a comment in one of my videos and said, you are criticizing Biafra. I think it should be a Biafran guy. And then you are criticizing all pastors. Is that what you are called to do? You stupid, foolish Yoruba man. And you are saying you are a man of God. What kind of man of God are you? and you are criticizing, is that your calling to just criticize other people? You don't even speak English, self. This kind of English you are speaking, you cannot even speak English very well. Uneducated brat. That's what he finished saying.
Wow.
So now, after I finished reading that comment, I said, well, you see, I cannot speak English. But funny enough, with the kind of English that I don't speak, I get to speak to people in societies and groups of in societies, countries, settings, political, economic, than you. We are not talking about you. Bring your pastor forward. Bring your GO forward. Bring your bishops forward. And tell me any one of them that manages with the English they speak, and with as much English as they speak in Nigeria, and as well as they speak. Point out one to me that is able to speak where I speak, and is able to command the authority that I command where I command it. You see, it's not about speaking grammar or language. It's about speaking culture, and it's about speaking paradigm.
Wow.
That is why you can even go and get Americans, and you will not, who are pastors, who we are not even speaking about people speaking in Nigerian English now, because I think the best person who speaks that westernized English in Nigeria will probably be Paul Adefarasi. I think those are the people Nigerians respect because they speak with foreign accent. He's speaking with American accent. But what you doesn't know, you are the one clapping for him and saying he's a champion. But you ask him that I said this, quote me, that when that Adefarasi himself was speaking as a guest speaker at TD Jake's church, people were wondering, what accent? Where are you calling from? Where is your accent coming from? Where are you from? And as much as he tried, they were still telling him that he was speaking with an accent.
Okay.
So there is no way, if you are not a citizen of a place, it's very difficult for you to be able to. So don't think that you are applauding becomes who are you when they go to America. So it's not about just speaking the language or mesmerizing people. But that is what we have overemphasized in Nigeria. We have overemphasized that we are speaking English. We think we are speaking English. But when you go to England, everybody will be saying pardon, pardon. Yeah, you will discover that with that English I thought I was speaking. Especially if you are a Yoruba man or a Igbo man. You still have your... So it's not about speaking just the language alone. It's good to speak the language, but that's not enough. You need to speak the paradigm. You need to speak the value. And you need to speak the culture. So those are the things I discovered very fast when I was here. And those will be the factors in why I was able to break through. But if you don't go... If you are not so detailed like I am now, and if you don't discover and recognize those other factors, you just be wondering, but I speak English now, so why are they not coming? For example, let me give you another example. I went to speak in Brighton, England. There's a big church in Brighton where I was speaking in. And one of the people, they gave me one of their pastors, who is a pastor of their church in London, to be driving me about. So he was, just driving me about, and he's a white man, of course. And that church, there were no blacks there. There was only one black person that I saw there. But other people were just white in England, though, Brighton or near London. But after, there were 5 black members, who are just church members, but only one was a minister there. So when this guy drove me to London to do some shopping, he just said, I'm a friend to, I know Matthew very well, I'm his friend, and let's go and see his church. I said, I don't want to see him because I don't like, I like him, I like what he has done, thank God for him, but I don't want us to be friends because he's been looking for me that we should be friends. And I don't want us to be friends because I'm not comfortable with the company he keeps. And I didn't want to be friends with it. I don't like their emphasis. So I said, let's just go into the church incognito without going to see him so that he will not know I'm there. So we just went there and went to the bookstore, went to the church, went, everything. So I was asking him, why is it that, so he was telling me that the reason why we invited you is because you have been able to break through in Europe, where we have a lot of black people here in England, but they have not connected with us. He is British, white British. So I said, but Matthew is speaking English now. In fact, even me, when I was preaching there, I was doing a lot of mistakes in pronunciations. They were always, telling me, correcting me, helping me to pronounce some things very well. Yeah. But still, they will invite me rather than invite Matthew or something. I said, why? Because it's not just about talking the language. It's also about, like I said, the philosophy of ministry, the values you speak, the culture you speak, the communication. You see? So he was telling me, Matthew will never have a white church in England. I said, why? It's not about the accent or the language. That is one thing. Yes, it's important. Yeah. But besides that, it's not communicating, no connection.
Okay. But I just wanted to, because you said...
It's just the same reason why, for example, TDJs would never have white church in America. Because it's not communicating with the other white people.
And you mentioned...
So it goes beyond just the language you speak.
It's also speaking the culture, it's speaking the values.
Yes.
But then you spoke about the speaking paradigm. What does that mean in terms of paradigm?
Speaking paradigm and speaking culture are two other things. Yeah. Okay. Speaking paradigm is, for example, when I go to America also, can you imagine that we have 21 churches in America and all of them are white churches?
Okay.
Because of the paradigm. For example, why is it that TDJs will speak the same language, the same English, he was born there, but he's not going to be able to minister to white people or get them to become his members majorly? Because he's not speaking the culture, he's speaking the black culture. And the paradigm is the way of reasoning. For example,
a point of view?
No, paradigm is more than a point of view, it's more like belief systems.
Belief system.
So, for example, in the belief system of someone like T.D. Jakes, ministry is a way to profile yourself. Like you said.
Yes.
It's a way of getting power, getting influence, getting powerful, and getting rich. But a typical white person doesn't see ministry that way. That's paradigm.
Okay. Okay, I understand that part.
You understand that part? Okay, go ahead.
I understand that.
Okay.
So that links with values too.
For example,
that's really related
it's very,
to values.
Very closely related to value. So, but paradigm is a bit different from value. For example, a black church might be doing church normal, enjoying themselves, we have money, they have everything, and they are really having a high time. But they will not see any need in doing missions or missionary activities. Yeah. They might have missions week, missions offering and mission, but when their own kind of mission is that you are inviting me to speak at your conference and then you are giving me honorarium. It's a way again of making money. But if you look at typical white mindset and congregation, the pastor, if he wants to talk about mission, so that's value now and also paradigm. He's going to go there in his jeans and to walk in a village to dig a well or to do something, even though he's a mega church pastor.
Okay. Yeah.
So those things are important. For example, if you go to England and you want to build a white church and you are profiling yourself as a big man, you will never be able to get white people. But if you come down and profile yourself as somebody that is going to clean the homeless, getting them clean, getting something for them, you will command their respect. Even in England.
I guess this also applies not only necessarily in church or ministry, it applies
in life.
To any
that
area.
Is all paradigm. That's what I'm saying. It's not just church or anything. So that's what I'm saying. It's more than just church. It's more than just language. It's a whole paradigm, culture, value thing. Thank you so much for watching our videos. Now, we need to spread this word and we need to do it together. For that to happen, we need your help. Just 5 little steps that you could help us to spread the word. Number one thing we need you to do is to like the videos. Please go like this video right now. Number 2, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Number 3, we need you to press and click on that notification bell. You see the bell? Go press on it. And number 4, we need you to go comment. Write your comment, good or bad. Just write what you feel. Number 5, share on every platform. Share on Instagram, share on Facebook. Just share and spread the word. Thank you so much.